In today's video, I'm gonna show you my absolute favorite list that I market to when looking for off-market deals. We're also gonna talk about how you can find the exact properties that you're looking for going off-market direct to seller. Let's dive right in. Before I dive in on this particular video, I don't have any course to sell you or anything that we're pushing. All I simply ask is if you find it helpful, be sure to like the video and share it with anybody you might enjoy it. If you're checking us out on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications as well. There's kind of this common misconception that if you start to go direct to seller looking for off-market properties, that you're gonna have to buy properties that you don't want, which, you know, if you just market to areas based off of zip codes or things of that nature, you can, but I have what I call a buy box, the particular asset class and property that I'm looking for. Mine in particular, I call them vinyl villages. This is one of those lists that I'd kind of kept to myself until recently. I mentioned it at the tail end of a different video, but I've never actually shot a tutorial on a step-by-step how to pull it. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Now, vinyl villages are kind of those Stepfordy, kind of creepy-ish subdivisions where everything kind of looks the same. There's 2 or 3 floor plans, but for the most part, it's kind of just the same house copy and pasted over and over and over again. The great thing with these is they're super easy to comp out, they're super easy to rent out, they're super easy to get appraised, and they're really easy to sell if you ever decide that you want to. I kind of view rental properties as the more beds you have, the more baths. It's kind of like a swimming pool. You know, a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 3-bath house with an attached 2-car garage. That's like a 4th of July community pool. There's a lot of people that really want to be in that kind of an asset class. As you go down into less bedrooms and less baths, get down to a 2-1 or a 1-1, your potential pool of people that are interested in that gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So when it comes to my personal real estate investing, I'm looking for the kind of stuff that ultimately I know that everybody wants because it's going to be really easy for me to monetize. So I'm going to show you how to pull this vinyl village list in my market, which is Pensacola, Florida. So here I am in Propstream. Propstream's 99 bucks a month. I do think they have a 2-week free trial, but I use them to pull 90% of my lists. So we're gonna punch in Pensacola, Florida. Gives you kind of this map tool that looks like this. We're gonna go into filter and we're gonna go into valuation and equity. So the first thing that I'm looking for, this person has to be able to afford to sell to me. So I'm gonna do a estimated equity percentage of 35 to 100%. That makes sure that right off the bat, we're only marketing to people that can afford to sell their house at a discount. Now, next I'm gonna hop into property characteristics. We kind of talked about what I'm looking for, you know, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 2-bath plus, ideally has an attached 2-car garage. So I'm gonna show you how I narrow this down. So I'm gonna hop into property type of single family. I'm not looking for condos, so I'm not gonna include those. Bedrooms, I'm gonna do a minimum of 3. Bathrooms, I'm gonna do a minimum of 1.5. And on the square footage, I'm gonna do a minimum of 1,000. There's not very many newer properties that are built that are smaller than that. However, there's a lot of older kind of shoebox type houses that you've got 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and 800 square feet. That's not what I'm looking for either. Now, the other thing I throw in here is a year built cap. I do a minimum of 1989. So I'm looking for kind of newer, nicer properties. We can see here in Pensacola, there's right at 2,288. Now, in theory, I could get into absentee or owner occupied or more niche type stuff like that. However, 2,288 properties that match exactly what I'm looking for. When you have a particular asset class or kind of a house that you're hunting for, instead of falling into the trying to make sure they're motivated and all of that, my thought process with these guys, it's a pretty small list, 2,200 people. If any of them decide for any reason that they want to sell their house, I want them to know that I'm in the market to buy it. So when it comes to kind of hunting for exactly what I want, I don't really fuss so much with motivation or if it's absentee or owner occupied or vacant or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, those kind of motivating factors are great, but when it's this small of a list and I want any house that any of them choose to sell, I'm gonna be pretty aggressive in my marketing and pretty wide in that targeting. So that is how kind of step by step you find the exact properties that you're looking for utilizing Propstream. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. Again, my name is Ryan Dossey. If you're new to the channel, we get into a lot of the direct to seller off-market real estate investing side of things, how to find deals, how to negotiate them, even how to decide if the property is a good deal or not. If you found this helpful, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We've got a ton more content like this headed your way. Talk to you next time.